You intro back.
Dream Team Tonic, and it's live.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to the Dream Team Tonic podcast. Almost through the international break. With me this evening, Ben.
How you doing?
All right, mate. You survived the international break.
Yeah, we're back and we're getting ready for the FA Cup and the European games while the FPLers are still twiddling their thumbs.
Yes. Obviously, international breaks, you know what they're like. As we try and plan our teams over them, the amount of injuries you get, it's quite a tricky period. And I think the pods suffered an injury.
Yeah,
Scott's phoned in sick.
another Arsenal injury.
He's going to be assessed. He's going to be assessed at Dream Team Tonic headquarters, and hopefully be back next week. So get well soon.
It's a disgrace.
Hey!
Evening.
He's here. We're only joking.
God, powering through. Not quite 100%, but I should be fine by the deadline.
Welcome back. Having a gobby dog behind me. He wants to go out for a shit or something.
Shall we get straight into the teams, or should we say hello to a few people?
Let's say hello.
We've got Joe in the chat saying it looks as busy as Arsenal's training session. Pete Sandy Wells there, Miss Snoopy, Robert Woodcock's here, Icars in the chat, Lee Doc in here as well, established from day one, Robert L, Neil Whitney, Bradders called it. We thought we were being all sneaky. Bradders called it. Surprise Scott's not pulled out of the live with an injury. I said to Tony he should do it, but then we realised it probably would be a bit more fitting for the Arsenal fan to do it. Hello everyone. Stark has made it. Stark has made it as well into the live, and Mark Warner, both having cracking seasons. Right.
Minty PAFC as well just joined us. Just joined the Patreon.
Welcome, Minty. Your first live. Enjoy. Shout out for your dog as well there, Tony. Bye, Robert.
Yeah, hopefully we don't hear much more of him.
Right. It's been a while since the last pod. We've still got another week until the deadline as well. But let's jog our memories back. How many beers had you had before this captaincy decision?
I haven't had any. I think I've completely sober. That was a deadline stream, weren't it? I might have had a couple. Not too sure.
It was a Friday night, wasn't it?
But it was very close to being an absolute complete disaster. I don't know how I got away with it, to be honest. 44 points. Feels like an age ago, this. Ryan Timber not playing. Nori not playing. Gabriel, just the 2. Palmer, 3 points. Soboslai, 4. Chirkin Doku did all right for me. I took out Semenyo and Haaland. I did fancy City in the final. And Chirkin Doku did all right for me. Ekatike, what a disaster. As my vice cap, Ekatike had gone off injured 8 minutes in. And then obviously then I hear the news that my captain's benched, Jimenez. I thought it can't get any worse, this, can it? And what was it, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, still no sign, 80 minutes? This is dog's dinner, this has gone wrong. But Jimenez, what a hero, comes off the bench, wins himself a penalty and puts it away. So, yeah, got away with one there. 8 points, double to 16. Bowen got me 3. He's got a cup match next. So I've only got Jimenez blanking, but obviously Timber and Gabriel. Yeah, I'm not gonna look into them triangles.
Those Doritos.
I just think I think I've got the one sub to make, Jimenez, and I think that's all I'll be doing.
Ekatike done like the reverse of the international break injury, didn't he? He played 8 minutes. A dead leg, and I think he was crying as well. He went off crying with a dead leg. Goes straight off to international duty. Scores a goal.
It's shocking.
Yeah, dodgy one that. 44 points. Ben?
Yeah, 41 points for me. I did 3 transfers. I sold Saar, who was blanking. He done really well for me over the last few weeks with the European fixtures, but obviously blanked, so I took him out for Gordon. Gordon got 9. Semenyo I took out for Saka. Saka got 6. Semenyo got 3. But Semenyo's been getting rotated. He did play the final in the end, but one fixture next week away. Is it? Sorry, at home Liverpool, isn't it? But like you say, potential rotation there. A bit worried about
minefield now, isn't it? City.
Yeah. Salah come out for the injury for João Pedro. Captain João Pedro got 4 points, double to 8. And I'm hoping he plays Port Vale next week. So that's why he's in there. So I've got Raya blanked, Timber blanked. Hull got me 5. Managed to keep him all the way through. But he's blanking this week coming. And Gordon's blanking. So that's 2 transfers. GW2. Szoboszlai and Wirtz got 4 each. Haaland 2, Ekatike 1.
And how many transfers are you on? Because you'd rolled quite a few, hadn't you?
I think I've got 4. Yeah, 4 left.
What were you, Tony?
I'm just a standard 2, yeah.
Yeah, it's not too bad, is it? You got a bit of choice whether to use it now, or we'll talk fixtures in a minute. But there is going to be that opportunity, isn't there, to possibly target some surprise doubles later.
Yeah,
if they come. How comes neither of you fancied the Bruno shout? Was it not big on? I know in hindsight, but was it not big on the stream? I wasn't on the live stream for that one.
Yeah, it was a popular one. Obviously for me, and it was more I'm going against the grain, and I think with minimal transfers, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to follow not the crowd as such, because there'd be a lot of people that didn't do it, and it was getting a little bit of pressure point when there's people like Stark and Lee Dock and people like that are right up there asking questions about it. I just think it was them that if you had the transfers, I think it were a safe one to go. But if you only had the 2, as you've seen with all the international injuries, like it can just get messy.
Yeah, we're assuming that we've got a couple blankers, and then the others are going to be fine. What are your? Come on, you two give your takes on the whole international break injury thing, because obviously I'm going to have a different view. You've surely got a rant in you. I know you.
No, I'm not, because we see it. We see it all the way through. It happens all the time. I think it's just another bandwagon to jump and hit Arsenal with a stick with, that kind of thing. I do think we know. How many times do we see all the teams are guilty of it? They put like little clauses. Oh well, only playing for 40 minutes, only playing for 20 minutes. They all do it. They're all trying to protect the players. They pay them big wages. It's big prizes at the end of the season. And if Arsenal, City, and whoever else is in these last few games towards the season playing for something, if you can get your players out of international duty, I just think it's good management, especially in the friendlies.
I think the thing with it now as well is, like, Tuchel knows as well, there isn't long to the World Cup. So if one of these players does end up getting injured, either on the international break or when they go back, they're probably going to be out of the World Cup if it's a bad one.
To be fair to last England lineup, they could have all got injured and it wouldn't affect anything going forward, because they're absolutely just awful. Every time I go to watch one, I don't like watching England outside of the big tournaments. And every time I go, do you know what? I'm going to give it a go. It's always the same result. It's always leave disappointed. Yep. Anything to add, Ben? Is it a disgrace?
Like you say, it's understandable with the big games coming up for Arsenal, and obviously the international managers don't want to have it on them that they've injured the players before the tournament. So they're probably complaining, oh, I've got a bad knee or something, and then they're just going, well, just go back home and just rest. Yeah. Like, they don't want to push you because they want you for the tournaments in the summer.
No one's even mentioned Haaland not playing the first one.
No, it won't. But when you're the team that's ruined football, you've got to expect the criticism going your way. I kid you not, right? So I went to Southport on Saturday. Saturday? No, Sunday morning. Sorry, for under 10s. A guy who had done quite a lot of work with invited me over as sponsor, and an under 10s cup final, right? And the team they were against, can't remember their name now. I probably won't want to say it on the pod, but they had one big lad at back. For 9-year-old, he was quite a big lad, but he seemed to be the only person that their manager fancied could kick the ball. So did you know in kids football now they do kick-ins rather than throw-ins?
Yeah.
Every time they got a kick-in, they got this centre half up. They loaded the box, put it on keeper, and I'm only there to film it and do all my photography and all that stuff. But I couldn't help but getting involved, and the manager who were there to support turned around and said, "It's getting like American football, this." I said, "It's not." I said, "This is Arsenal. This is Arsenal." I'm telling you, they took this lad, honestly. He was like, take your time, hard and low, because it was a horrible, wet, windy day. And it was just like watching the Premier League. The amount of time it took. And then at the end of the game, he's going, surely a few minutes added, ref. Surely a few minutes added.
Was there a set piece coach as well?
Well, it looked like it. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the first time I've seen Arsenal mentioned in grassroots football. Ruining grassroots as well.
I've got a full Arsenal backline and 3 red flags on the screen here. So it wouldn't, not many points for me. I was at the final. Not a great watch. Not a great watch.
Well,
what?
Was it a great watch?
Or
is it better if you watch it?
The football was so bad I was falling asleep. That's all I can say. It was nothing to do with the beer. Raya nothing. Timber nothing. I thought Raya should have started in goal. It's obviously easy to look back on it, but I think they'll stick with Kepa as well for the FA Cup. I know that's going to be one of the questions. I think he's made his bed now. I think if he goes and now puts Raya in for the FA Cup, it just looks like you've gone against your word. So yeah, Raya nothing, Timber nothing. I brought Saliba in this week for Canvo, who was blanking. So 3 points there, and Gabriel 2. Bruno Fernandes came in for Semenyo, and I gave him the armband, which obviously worked out nicely. So 32 on Bruno. Somehow 6 for Saka. I'm not really sure where those points came from, but hey ho. 9 for Gordon, 4 for Szoboszlai, and I bought in Gravenberch as well for Mohamed Salah, who was flagged. Not as many points as I'd have hoped for, but it was quite cheap and he was going up in price as well. And he seems to score quite nicely for his price point. Obviously, selling Canvo, I needed someone a little bit cheap to fit in there. So Gravenberch came in, and then Haaland, Ekatike up top, like you guys. But yeah, Gravenberch, probably my only real differential, and we can't really call Bruno a differential. Loads of people bought him in, but 63 points. Up to 177. Doing all right. Probably the highest. I think that's the highest I've been this season. Yeah, let us know in the comments how you are all getting on. I know there's a few in there flying high. Let's move on to the fixtures. But before we do, come on. Final calls here for the for the meetup. We're getting our numbers together. If you're in the chat now, actually, and you're in the Discord, there's a vote. There's a vote somewhere. Just let us know if you come in, if you're thinking about it, or if you're not, because we need to put our final numbers in. We'll be having a bit of a drink, playing a bit of darts at Flight Club, always fun, and then heading off to see our mate Jim Daly live at the Comedy Club, and then we'll see where the night takes us. But like I said, World Cup is on, so we'll be watching a few games late in the evening as well.
Or trying.
Maybe falling asleep. We've got Ben's fixture ticker on the screen here. That's available in the second tier on our Patreon. If you did want to become a Patreon member, patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic, or if you just want the Discord access and early access to the pods, join us on live streams. You can do that at any tier, or you can head over to YouTube and hit the join button. Become a channel member, and you get access to the Discord and early access to the pods. Take it away, Ben, but you are on mute.
Yeah, obviously not a lot of games this week. We've got FA Cup quarterfinals and the start of the quarterfinals in the European games. We've got Champions League for Liverpool and Arsenal, Europa League for Aston Villa and Forest, and Conference League for Crystal Palace. Only 2 double game weeks. We've got Liverpool, who are playing Man City away in the FA Cup, and PSG away. And Arsenal go to Southampton in the FA Cup, and Sporting Lisbon, or Sporting Club as they like to be called. Villa go to Bologna. Nice, they're doing nice spaghetti bolognese there. Yes, so get yourself down for one of them if you're going there as a Villa fan. Forest go to Porto. Been there. Been to Porto. Don't remember it but I'll tell you about it another time.
Got to start watching these games.
Palace have a nice home fixture. Big game for them, because I think they've been pining for a big team in the European games. They've got Fiorentina. I know they're not as big as they used to be, but they've been doing all right in the Conference League every year. Been getting to a few finals. Remember the days of Batistuta and that. But yeah,
I saw a video of him. I don't know if you might have seen it. There was a TikTok or Instagram reel of him going around, and they ask him which striker do you think you're better than? like in your prime versus them, and
Yeah.
they were reeling off names, and he was just saying no to everyone basically. I think the only one that he said was better than him in his prime was the original Ronaldo, and I think he might have said Romario. Everyone else, he was no. Harry Kane, no. Other Ronaldo, no. Like Henri, no.
Really?
Backs himself.
Yeah, he was a good striker. Like, Man City have a single against Liverpool in the FA Cup. Chelsea go to Port Vale, but they don't have a second fixture, so potentially could be playing pretty strong side. But they do have Man City and Man United in the next two fixtures. West Ham host Leeds in the FA Cup, and obviously Leeds go to West Ham. Game 31, there's the second legs of European games. Game week 32, this is where, when we find out who goes through in the FA Cup this week, potentially there could be games from game week 33 moving into game week 32. As you can see, the yellow at the minute on the ticker, and the question marks. So if they do get an FA Cup fixture, they'll be probably moving into game week 32. So they'll be making a double game week in game week 32. But potentially some teams will be blanking in 33 if that happens. So I'll have a double, then I'll have a blank. In 33, that's the European semi-finals. Hopefully our English teams get through, so we'll have more fixtures. Yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a really tricky few weeks to try and navigate, I think, especially if there's any sort of upsets in either the FA Cup or in Europe as well. Like, I was looking at it, and obviously Arsenal you think will have the most fixtures because they're most likely to progress against Sporting. They're the favourites, and obviously Southampton, they're the favourites. So you'd imagine that they've got a good chance of getting the follow-up games. But then Liverpool, where they've got PSG and City, and it's tougher games, you feel like there's less chance of rotation than there would be with Arsenal.
Yeah.
And then even going further down, Villa, Forest, Palace. Apart from Palace, Villa and Forest have got other stuff to kind of play for as well. It's not so bad when it's a single this week, but game week 31, if you're Forest and you're looking at Villa Porto, they just rotated quite a bit, didn't they, in the last lot of European games? So that's kind of going to be a bit of a risk. You could say Palace could almost do the opposite. They're safe, but they're not really going to do much else, you'd imagine.
Yeah.
Might they focus on Europe and not the league?
Rest in the league.
and then Villa probably can compete in both, but the Fiorentina one's quite strange as well. I think they're 2 points above the relegation zone. Fiorentina,
so they might rest.
So then they might.
They want is going down
against Palace.
They've had a bit of a resurgence lately as well because they were in the bottom three.
Down a bit of a run.
Yeah.
So they might want to keep the momentum going, possibly. But yeah, and then Chelsea, that Chelsea Port Vale game does stick out as one you could possibly target. But then there's not much turnaround time between. I'm thinking specifically João Pedro, who you've got, Enzo, who'll be away with Argentina. The turnaround time on those ones is what? Hang on, I jotted it down. They play Wednesday, sort of midnight our time. And then Brazil and Argentina, yeah. They play midnight on Wednesday and then play on Saturday at 5:00. So I'm a little bit worried. Should we come on to some players or anything to add in terms of rolling transfers in specific? You got any thoughts on saving them for outside of this week, or?
Yeah, well, this is the first season where we can roll up to 6 transfers, is it? So last year we used to lose the transfers if we didn't use them. So this is interesting for this season. I'm looking to roll as many as I can over these tricky, like, especially FA Cup weeks. Like, you don't know who's going to play. You don't know who's going to play. Don't know who's going to play 2 games, more or less. But then, Game 32 could be a nice double if the games go the way we want. And then you're going to be jumping off in 33 if there's some blanks. So, yeah, if you've got players playing, I personally am going to try and just use as little as I can. Obviously, I've got 2 blanks for this week, so I'll be using 2 transfers. And I'll probably just sit on that, and then I'll have 4 again for 31. And then just reassess again from there. But in 31, probably could get away with no transfers if you've got a full team of European players anyway.
Yeah, so it might be worthwhile passing on the punts a little bit this week, possibly, and then focus on having a full team of doublers for the second leg, maybe, if you did want to roll in 31.
Big week, big win for Notts Forest, weren't it, last week?
Yeah, that was a fun one to have before the Carabao. One positive. Oh yeah, and a new manager possibly coming in for the Spurs.
Yep, De Zerbi, apparently, is it?
That's the links. Yeah, that's the links. Reckon they'll stay up?
I said it a couple of weeks ago about, like, I know West Ham are a point behind them and still in drop zone, but West Ham just seem to have that fight about them. Spurs, they had the new manager, and I don't know whether it's his fault or it's just the players are that crap. They're struggling with injuries. There's no doubt about it, but they're still putting 11 players out on that pitch that are paid very, very well and should be doing better regardless. Yeah. I think it's a possibility. I think the biggest surprise is relegations that we've had over like the last, 10, 15 years is Newcastle going down. That were quite a big shock. West Ham at the time as well was a bit of a shock. I think Spurs are just, I think it'd be up there with them, definitely. And if Rovers can stay up, it means I get to go to Spurs' new stadium next year. But yeah,
or better than that, they give City their points deduction, and then you can watch your second team.
That's not very nice, is it? They're not getting no points deduction. It's a corruption.
I thought I'd throw that in there because Ian said thoughts on the De Zerbi to Spurs links. I think they've missed out because another top manager who would have been perfect took another job a bit earlier on.
Richard Defoe?
No. He's
just took the Woking job, hasn't
he? Let's not take the piss here.
I
think you are, but there you are.
He's just gone to James's team, Bristol City.
Bristol would have been perfect, Roy. He'd have done a job.
Yeah, I said that. I'm surprised he was still going out for jobs. I thought that were him done.
Wow. Let's go back onto the dream team. We're going to talk long-term versus short-term picks. I've just trimmed up this fixture ticker to show just the teams that have got fixtures this week. So what are you thinking? Are you going to target the double? Because Gary in the questions was sort of saying, how many doublers this week are you targeting? Seems an impossible task at the moment. Or are you just going to go for players who have Europe in the coming weeks? Obviously, if you target a European team this week, you'll get the double next week as well. So in general, before we do players, is that the sort of way you're thinking, or are you fancying maybe some cut punts? Where are you at?
I put Palmer in the hope that he might get the Port Vale game. He's under pressure, Rosenior, the last. I mean, if he if he draws or loses against Port Vale, or he doesn't put him away handsomely, I think he's gone. They've got, obviously, only the single. I think there's no reason why he shouldn't just play a full side and just batter Port Vale or, attempt to. No disrespect to Port Vale, but yeah, I think Chelsea players, Pedro, Palmer, if you've got him in, I think are they worth a buy? No, not now. I think that's why I put Palmer in earlier, because I wouldn't feel right buying him, but I definitely wouldn't be taking him anywhere.
I do think I think your camera dropped off. I don't know if you could still hear it, but I was saying this. I think it's a Wednesday, Saturday turnaround between, like, if you're a João Pedro, an Enzo. I was going to say Garnacho, but no one really wants him, do they? But yeah, if you're playing for like an Argentina or a Brazil, you're playing at like midnight on a Wednesday, and then you're playing Saturday evening. That's a little bit of a worry, I think. Do you think that's more likely going to be like a 60-minute or a bench appearance?
We've had it before, though, haven't we? We've sat and we've gone
for
about
a Prem game, though, not for Port Vale.
I know, but he's under pressure, mate. He's got to do something. He's gone
if he loses that.
Definitely. I think he's gone if they don't perform well and score quite a few against him. He really is like fingernails. He's clinging.
And then City United after, like, you need some momentum going into that.
Yeah, I mean, they're home games. They've got that advantage, but a resurgent United who are playing some decent stuff going forward. City, who I think will be boiled by that really, really good performance against Arsenal. I think they set that up with the Real Madrid performance, to be fair. I thought they were brilliant against Real Madrid. Unfortunate that they went down to 10 men and obviously went out. But he's got to win that game. They've nothing else to play for, have they, really? I know they've got fourth position that they're trying to fight for, but yeah, he's got to win that Port Vale game. I think they'll be going very, very strong.
Did Tony just compliment Man United?
Hey, listen, I won't look if it's due. I'll compliment him, of course. Like they've played some really good stuff recently. They have been much improved. I've said about Bruno. If he had the doubles, he'd be one of the first names going back in my team. But definitely, I think Carrick's showing that. Obviously, they spent some good money. They spent it properly this season. And Mbeumo, Cunha, they're proper signings. Them doing it in the Premier League. They've definitely bought better. So it shows. And they've got Anana out of there as well. Jesus Christ.
So what if we go to Liverpool to start? Liverpool and Arsenal, the two on paper doubles.
Yes.
Is that where you're looking?
No. No, it isn't. I'm looking at
You got Raya, Gabriel, Timber as your Arsenal, and you've got Szoboszlai, Ekatike.
Yeah, I'm not bringing any more in. That's just no. I think that's them done. I'm just going to build against, like, I fancy a Forest player, but I don't like the fact that it's a European quarter-final. And in my eyes, and the way I believe, I think they should be putting the full strength side out. But they do have quite a big squad, so it probably will move it around a little bit. Palace, pretty much nothing to play for. They've got to go for it big. Fiorentina, Palace aren't playing that well, but I think maybe Sarr could come in.
He's doing all right lately, so.
Yeah, I think we're looking at more Villa, Forest, and Palace rather than Liverpool and Arsenal, if I'm honest.
Is that because you're trying to go against the?
Not completely that, because I do think there'll be popular choices, like, because how many of that Arsenal side are getting that Southampton game?
Well, we ain't got enough players to field a team anyway. They're all injured.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I know what you mean. Yeah, I do feel like well, I was trying to have a little play around and see what I thought the starting lineup would be, and yeah, where possible, I think there's going to be wide rotation still.
it's like with the Wigan game, the other cup game after that with Arsenal, and you bring in the Jesus or Havertz or whatever. I mean, you can't even nail that right. It's tricky. So I'd rather just bring in the players that I know I can hold for the week after as well. And that are probably going to get a good lot of minutes. I've got Bowen against Leeds if he plays because of their predicament.
They've got
And he usually plays, doesn't he? And it's a quarter final, get to a semi final. It could be what kicks you on and gets you survival at the end, because that's how it works. Football, it's all about momentum and the feel good factor. Get through to a semi final, then go and attack Wolves in next week. But yeah, I'm hoping Palmer and Bowen play, and then I'll my two transfers will be up on Villa, Forest, or Palace.
And you got blankers that you got to get rid of.
Just Jimenez,
Okay.
So that's if all my Arsenal players are fit.
See, I am thinking of going the other way and still stacking Arsenal and Liverpool, but it does get to the point where it's kind of like, all right, I've got the main ones. Do you want like the sort of side, not fringe players, but do you want the guys that aren't the top tier options at that club with the potential extra games versus possible like main men elsewhere? Like Liverpool, Szoboszlai, we're going to do captaincy at the moment, but he's in everyone's team and he's probably going to be a captaincy shout. So it's pointless. I think everyone's going to have him. Salah, we don't know if he's going to be back from being injured, so I don't really think we can talk about him because you'd just be pure guessing. Ekatike, most have got. I don't have Virgil van Dijk, so I think he's an option because he probably does play too, but then they're not too good. They're not too good sort of defensive games, are they? City away and PSG away.
No, they've not looked great, Liverpool. They haven't. Still. They had that obviously that Galatasaray performance. I think that was just a crazy section of a game where Galatasaray absolutely just fell to bits. And then again, you think, are they going to kick on? No, they're not. It seems like a false dawn every time.
But you always feel like you've at least got a chance that he scams a header or something. Yeah, Miss Nuki said in the chat, possibility of a Virgil van Dijk goal. I think he just scored on in an international break as well. I brought in Gravenberch just because he just plays. He plays every game. He's all right for bonus. He's not very exciting at all, but I just felt like over this period he's going to get the extra games. But outside of that, nothing. I don't really fancy anything. There's Frimpong, but you don't really ever know what you're going to get. Kirkes Robertson can rotate, which they probably will in this week. Kanate maybe, but again, you want the clean sheet, don't you? So I think I'll still be looking towards Arsenal. Surprise, surprise. And trying to guess who's injured, who's not. Yeah, I think the two centre backs. I think Gabriel or Saliba. I think there's a chance that one of them does end up playing. I think Mosquera will probably play one side, but I think there's a good chance one of Saliba or Gabriel will play. So I've already got both in there.
Do you not think it could wait a week? Do you know, obviously, with the Southampton game, then the Sporting game being away, do you not, if you're going to load up any more Arsenal, do you not think 31?
See, this is the thing I've been thinking, though, with Arsenal is, right, so even if you don't think they're going to get the Southampton game,
Yeah.
would said Arsenal player be better against Sporting than Crystal Palace defender? Let's just say it's Saliba, who's not really a good all-round point scorer.
Yeah.
If you go Saliba, you could get lucky and get Southampton as well. If you go Konsa, you're only definitely going to get Bologna.
Yeah.
But then Saliba against Sporting or Konsa versus Bologna, you feel like that alone is probably just as equal. Or
Yeah, I'd say so. Defense-wise.
yeah.
Well, then
But
what
even,
about Matty Cash?
yeah, I'd say Cash probably over Saliba. But it's just that little extra if you do fluke the second game. And I think it works the other way around up top. Like, I don't think that Gyökeres will... I don't think he's going to start the FA Cup game. But would I rather Gyökeres with guaranteed Sporting game with possibly 20 minutes against Southampton, or I don't know, an Ollie Watkins, or I don't know who else? Maybe not Saar.
Igor Jesus.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like the mystery, that extra 20 minutes or 30 minutes, or you really do fluke a 2 starts. I feel like it could be worthwhile. But I don't know. What do you think, Ben? Where are you looking? We're kind of on opposite ends at the minute.
Yeah, I am looking. I missed what you were saying before, but I got caught at the end of it. I am looking at Arsenal fixtures just because you could potentially get 2 fixtures. I'm not guaranteeing we're going to get 2 full games, but you could get one and a bit or the other. So yeah, I've got 2 Arsenal players coming in at the minute for me, but I can't say I know exactly who's going to play both games.
No, and if anyone does say that, I think they're lying. Because yeah, I don't. Well, you firstly got the layer of pretend injuries, then you've got the layer of do we go a little bit stronger because it's quarterfinal? Do you go a bit stronger because you're bouncing back from the City defeat? But then you've also got do you just keep everyone fresh for Sporting? I feel like it's going to be stronger than the FA Cup rounds beforehand. Maybe like like I said, one stronger centre back. I think you might have that right wing is going to be interesting now. Madueke, he is a genuine injury, we think. So could Saka get 2? The only other options is like Martinelli going to the right wing or Dalman. Do bring him in? But I still think he's only like 20-minute, 30-minute territory at his age.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lottery.
I know you were liking Declan Rice, weren't you, Ben? But the week before, I think it was.
Yeah.
But then surely Norgaard's playing against Southampton.
Yeah.
Declan get a rest.
I still like Saka. For it, to be honest.
Yeah, especially with Madueke's injury.
And
but he's not been great, Saka, has he?
If you think these players are faking it or have been kept fresh, it's been 13 days. It will have been 13 days since the Man City defeat. Are you going to let them just have 2 weeks off and then go into Sporting? I feel like they're going to be minutes for them.
You got to have continuity, aren't you, and a little bit of match fitness, match sharpness, and too much time off isn't good for anybody. We know that. So there's always that shout.
Who are your ones you're liking, Ben?
I've got my eye on Martinelli. Because there's no one standing out really for this week to bring in long term. I'm thinking just bring Martinelli in. He's done pretty well in the cups this year. He's got 11 goals, 6 assists so far, and I'm thinking he'll definitely start the FA Cup match. And he scored a hat-trick against Portsmouth in the 3rd round. And I think he's got returns in the 4th and the 5th round as well. And he got goal in the 4th, and he definitely got an assist in the 5th round. And he's just doing bits off the bench as well.
Yeah.
So I think he's a good punt this week. He's only 1.2% owned in the top 1K.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
And then the other one's a defender, but I was on Saliba, but then he was injured. And then then I was looking at Calafiori because of his price, but then it's like Incapie is there. So, but then Incapie's come away with an injury. So is Calafiori. I know Calafiori left because he had a pain in his knee, but it's probably one of them phantom injuries. Could he get 2 games this week, Calafiori? And a nice price. I think he's 3.1. So if Rice was playing, I could get Rice and Calafiori. But
I think the Calafiori I think that was a wind up. I think he's all right. I don't think he's got any trouble because he's got
all aligned up.
Huh?
They're all aligned up.
You're losing track with so many. But we'll see because Italy have got a qualifier. Italy have still got an actual match that means something coming up. So if he plays that, he's fine.
Yeah.
I think he's a good shout, Calafiori. Actually, we were pretty terrible in the cup final, but when he came in, he was one of the ones that at least done something that was a bit less predictable. So I think he might see a bit more minutes. Anyone from Liverpool from you, Ben? You were missing when we done Liverpool as well.
I mean, I've got Szoboszlai, but if you haven't got him, bring him in. I think he's a good player. Just plays 70-odd minutes every game. Gets points from every avenue on free kicks and corners. Bonus points. A differential for Liverpool, maybe McAllister. He's been on a good run of form, and if he got that goal, he didn't get disallowed, he would have been on a hell of a lot of points in the last few games. So, yeah, he could be a good shout. Yeah, that's probably me with Liverpool. I mean, Van Dijk, obviously, but
yeah, we're going to do ownership in a minute, but there's a lot of high-owned players from both of those teams. We'll go to the other European sides. We'll go with Villa next because I know Tony was saying he likes a bit of Villa at the minute. Beat Bologna 1-0 in the group stage as well, and Ollie Watkins might be finding a little bit of form. 3 returns in 4 games.
Yeah. Do I have to get
Jimenez replacement
and tell me how many Watkins has scored in this month, the last however many seasons? But yeah, I'm sure I said on pod, I promised not to go back to Ollie Watkins. But did he get me a goal this season? I can't. Oh, I need my list up here.
He's been one of the year in, year out trolls, hasn't he?
Yeah, he is a massive troll. Never
forget Sheffield United.
I like Tillemans, but when I'm looking to bring him in, he ends up getting injured.
He's made a pay for him.
Yeah, I know. It's a tricky one. But yeah, Watkins, obviously, Abrams knocking about. Is it the Abrams signing that's sparked a little bit of improvement from Watkins?
Needs someone pushing him. He was doing all right when there was Duran, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then obviously, I mean, Watkins is an option. 4.6 million European playing striker. I don't mind it, but I always struggle to advise Watkins because he's such a troll. He's somebody who just can take the piss. But I'm pretty certain he'll do better than Jimenez this week.
Yeah, I reckon so.
So it's not a bad option. I don't mind it. I might go there.
It's one of the places you can get a price rise this week.
Yeah.
Watkins, Matty Cash, John McGinn.
Talking of John McGinn.
You've got to do a celebration while you're talking about him. It's the only way it's
Go on then.
You're talking about him.
I can't do it.
I'll break my wrist, I think.
Yeah. John McGinn, I think Bologna are sick of the sight of him. You know how we talk about players that got this thing where they score against a team every time they play against them?
Yeah.
McGinn, the Villa played Bologna in the Champions League last year, beat them 2-0, and McGinn scored. They played him in the group stages of the Europa League this year. McGinn scored. McGinn's just got a 9-pointer, a goal this week on a rise. Could be a good differential.
Who's our patron who loves John McGinn?
Steve
Ricks.
Yeah.
Hang on a minute. As well. Bologna. That's spaghetti. John McGinn. He's meatball, isn't he?
Yeah.
Meatball McGinn. It's a match made in heaven, this.
It's a sign.
That's what's going on. Right, I'll tell you what, I'm bringing him in. Jimenez, transfer out.
You mentioned Matty Cash. I think that's a decent shout as well. 3.5. He's back now, and he from injury. Rodgers?
No.
He'd been pants, hadn't he? He'd had 8 games without an attack in return. He did finally get one. Was it a shot that was parried out and then put away? I can't. It's been a week.
Got the assist points for it anyway.
Got the assist. 8 points. You willing to pay 5 million for him at this point? He plays every game.
It's a shout. It's a shout for these next 2 game weeks anyway.
Yeah.
Who do you prefer, Ben Rodgers or Watkins this week? Or John McGinn?
Probably Rodgers. But I do like the John McGinn just for the pun, just because of the
bants.
He's got 2 goals in the last 2 games, and he scored twice against Bologna before as well. Just depends where he plays him, innit? If he doesn't play him in an attacking position, that's the only problem.
Yeah.
Forest Williams, 17-pointer, 2 assists against Spurs. 3rd highest bonus of all the defenders. Top for tackles out of all the defenders, and most shots on target out of all the defenders.
Who's this?
Williams.
Nico Williams.
Yeah.
Would you rather him or Cash at the moment?
I like both of them.
I like Williams.
I always look at Williams and think
Joe loves Williams in the chat.
I always like him in the team, but because it's Forest and the defence is crap, I just think I can't see clean sheets. He might get bonus points and shots on target and that, but that's a fun pick.
Who have got here? Porto away. It's not a great clean sheet fixture, is it?
And then 3 home games in a row, but it's Villa and Porto, then Burnley.
They're not keeping a clean sheet against John McGinn. I was gonna go Milenkovic last week, and I didn't do it. I was gonna go for him for the price rise, and they did keep the clean sheet again. Because they had one in gameweek 28 against Fulham, and then the one against Spurs. But yeah, I don't think I'll do it now with the fixtures. Any extra love for Forest? Or on to Palace?
What about Tony's mate, Gibbs White?
Yeah, he might end up back in my side.
You've not timed him well, have you, this season?
No, I haven't, and I'll probably do it wrong again. But yeah, Villa, Porto, Burnley at home. All 3 big games really for him. I don't mind him. Don't mind them 3 home games on penalties. It's just that sometimes he does get hooked. Obviously, Elliot Anderson, your mate, Scott, is a bit more secure for the minutes. And the PPM is absolute machine.
Yeah, I still don't fancy any of these more than taking a punt. Elsewhere, it's why I went like Gravenberch over like potentially going Anderson. I just feel like he's gonna at least play the 2. They're both in the boring mold, aren't they? But City, should we
a team full of defensive midfielders?
Yeah, Arteta has shaped me, hasn't he? Should we save City for when we look at this ownership in a minute? Because I think it's more: do we sell than do we buy?
Yep, I agree with that.
West Ham, anyone other than you've already got Bowen?
Yeah, I've got Bowen and just leave him in.
Pleva's just mentioned Anderson misses the first leg through suspension.
Yeah, good shout. I do prefer Gibbs White though. I'm always like that side of the field.
And then Plev, any Leeds players we should be bringing in for the dismantling of West Ham?
Aronson.
Let us know. Calvert-Lewin will be on his high after scoring in midweek for England. Right, we had a question from Stark in the chat. Let me find it, or in the Discord. We had a couple like this talking about the template in a minute. So, which highly owned template assets in the top 1K, top 100 do you want to take on moving forward? You can't gain if you own them all. We did have Grommers as well saying, what's the template 11 for the final run in? But those naming the 11s takes too long. So let's talk tackling the template, and I'm sure we'll touch on it anyway. What are you thinking in terms of trying to go a bit different towards the end of the season? Because like Stark says, you got to go a bit different if you're going to make any gains at this point.
Yeah, I think it's easy to go against Haaland and Ekatike. I do. I think 91% and 87%. It says a lot about Haaland that he's dropped down to 87%. He's not doing it, is he? He's not doing it, but he could always hurt you. But if you're going to try and make some ground, well, I've took him out. He's not going back in this week.
I didn't even clock you ain't got him.
Yeah, he got that. He got the goal against Real Madrid, didn't he? That pretty much hit him. But he's just not. I can't slag him off. I'm definitely not slagging him off. It's not quite clicking. Whatever's going on there, it's not quite clicking. And I think that actually, when Marmoush plays, I think City actually look more dangerous. And I don't think that's Haaland's fault. I just think it's the way it's being played. So I would take on Haaland. Ekatike, I just think you could take him on. I don't. The 2 striking positions there, I think that's your place to go different.
I've got both, but I don't see either hauling. City away, PSG away for Ekatike. Do they even play Ekatike for City? They normally have been resting him for the FA Cup, but City surely he's gonna have to play.
This is the thing. It is a bit of guesswork of how strong they're going to go in the quarters of the FA.
I'd be confident in saying that Ekatike doesn't play all of the next 4, which is City, PSG, Fulham and PSG. I think that Fulham home game is the danger game for rotation.
Yeah.
Depending on how the first leg goes anyway.
Yeah. I just think you can take, I'd take them 2 on. And to be fair, and they're so highly owned up there that if they do have another crap week, like they've just had, I think I think you're going to make some decent ground there.
What do you reckon, Ben? Are you willing to take on?
I'll tell you who I am willing to take on. Bruno Fernandes.
This week.
Yeah. What is he? 48% owned. Nearly 49% owned. He'll be easier to take on when he's not got a game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's tricky because I'm just trying to find I'm sure Haaland scored a brace or he got a goal and an assist against Liverpool last time.
Yes, that was the game where we ran it all the way alongside Szoboszlai, wasn't it?
Yes.
Was it a pen as well, that game?
Penalty taker. It's the problem, isn't it?
If you're on Bruno, Minty said in the questions, thoughts on taking Gordon and Bruno Fernandes out for Morgan Gibbs-White and Sarr. I'm guessing you'll probably like those two replacements. Any merit in keeping a Gordon or a Bruno, or just get them gone? You can always get them back.
Yeah.
They're my only two price rises this week.
Yeah.
But you need the points.
Yeah, it's all about the points now. I think when especially when you're looking at like the likes of, am I going to go without Haaland? Yeah, the value now. I think my team value took about a 2 million hit the other week. It was huge. But yeah, Fernandes out, Gordon out, Sarr and Gibbs-White in, 2 penalty takers all day long.
He said come game week 31 is Bruno Fernandes set and forget for the rest of the season. So Leeds would be the next game. If you sell him, you got to buy him back for 6.9 instead of 6. It's going to make him the most expensive on the game, isn't it? I think. He might be already. He's joint with Haaland.
That's mental, isn't it?
So you keep Haaland, you keep Haaland, and he goes down, and then you end up wanting to switch him to Bruno. Not good.
Set and forget.
What you thinking about goalkeeper wise? Raya, 77% owned. Who would you go against him with?
I'd keep him, but if I was gonna take it on, it probably would be Martinez.
Yeah, I agree.
He pants every time I have him, but they've got nice fixtures, haven't they, till the end? Bologna, Forest, Sunderland, Fulham, potentially Porto or Forest.
Cool.
And then Spurs, Burnley.
Look at this, Scott. Look at this. This is a disgrace. This mate. Come here.
He's gonna be in a City kit, isn't he?
Come here. No. Come here.
Man United.
Come here quickly. Just no. Scott wants to see your shirt. Just come and stand in front of the camera, and then go back.
Oh, hey. I thought he's a City fan. What's that about?
He's a Fulham fan, mate.
Fulham?
Yeah, don't ask. They are ruining football.
That's throw me.
Ruining my family.
I was getting, I was getting ready to. I don't care that he's a kid. I was getting ready to give him a sound effect. Then I thought he was going to be in a City shirt.
No.
Respect. Where were we? I'm taking Semenyo on. He's gone, and I don't think he'll be coming back for the singles. I know he's fairly highly owned at 55. What do you think on Virgil? 71%, because I haven't got him. Have you two?
Nope.
No. Nearly brought him in last week, but I didn't in the end.
See, I feel like he would be an okay buy for me this week, but at the same time, I'm not particularly worried about it.
Yeah.
I think that says everything you need to know about that then.
Don't get him.
Yeah, because of how obviously you want to push now and try and get higher and higher because you're in a decent rank. You're not scared of him. Don't bring him in. Not at that ownership.
But we're scared of any defenders at the moment. Probably not.
Matty Cash. Get him in.
Let's any others. Gordon, he's got the blank anyway, so it's the same scenario as Bruno. We haven't talked about Gyökeres. Fancy him? There's a bit of a if you're gonna it's easy enough to say take out these players, but who do we bring in? Like who'd you bring in as a striker if you're taking Haaland out this week? That's where it gets, because I'm like, we talk about selling Haaland and I'm on board, and then I start to think, who am I going to bring in for him? You got to be bloody good. I feel like if you're taking him on, and I feel like you almost want to definitely have 2 games to take him on with.
Yeah,
and we've just had trouble naming anyone who we think's going to definitely have 2. That's the bit that gets me.
Yeah, like I say, I got rid of him before to have to deal with this kind of issue, but I don't think, is this the week to take him on completely? He's going to play. He's going to play, isn't he?
He's been rested in international so far. We don't know if he's going to play the second one. Again, there's not been a big hoo-ha about it online because he wears a blue shirt.
Yeah, do you know a player I'd like to have in my team? He's Pedro.
JP.
Yeah,
ownership.
But not because I think he's definitely going to play, but I just think if he does, I think he could go big this week. But I couldn't make the move. You wouldn't be able to go Haaland to Pedro. I don't think that's right. Because that's a crazy move, to be fair, because Haaland's going to play. Pedro might not even make the squad. But
47% owned. That'll do damage.
Yeah. He could be someone who hurts people, or if I had him, so I'm 47%, I won't be moving him on. There's a good chance that Chelsea go very strong.
Do you fear him, Ben? JP.
JP, I've got him on my team, haven't I?
You got him? Oh, he's your captain, wasn't he, this week?
Yeah, I've got him, and I've sort of brought him in just in case he plays. So I'm going to keep him for this week. And I don't really know who I want to take out because I've got Ekitike and Haaland. Obviously, Ekitike's got potentially 2 games, but I can't see him hauling. Might get a goal. Haaland, he's just saying about Gyökeres. So Gyökeres could have a 4-for-2 over Haaland, but the Southampton game, I think he'll only get 20 minutes maybe.
Yeah, I feel like Kai Havertz is going to start that one.
Yeah. And the week after, he's got 2 home games, Gyökeres, Bournemouth and Sporting. Haaland goes to Chelsea.
You won for players against their old clubs.
Yeah, true. And it feels a bit more favourable, but I don't know. Haaland, he scored 30 goals this year. It's like everyone's saying he's shit. He's not shit. He's just not scoring 3 goals a game like he used to.
That's the thing. He scored all 30 in the first 5 games.
Yeah. He was scoring like 3s and 4s, wasn't he, before? Now he's just getting the 1 or the 2. And then he goes for a few weeks without a goal. So, Haaland's gone.
It's the same. Yeah, it's the same problem, isn't it?
Teams, man.
You sell him. Who'd you bring in? That's the worry, isn't it? Because I could just take out Bruno or Gordon and bring in a 3rd striker. I don't really think it needs to be Haaland for me yet. But I don't think we're going to captain him.
No.
For the next few weeks. Liverpool single, probably not. Chelsea single, probably not. And then Arsenal at home, probably not unless
In Arsenal, yeah.
yeah, unless that Burnley game gets moved into the same week.
Yeah.
Then I think we're probably considering it. What are you thinking for the armband this week?
I'm hovering over Saka at the minute with the Madueke news. Saka surely could get Southampton. Surely. With all the injuries as well. But you never know, he could play someone else there. Could play Martinelli on the right. Yeah. So I do like it.
That's interesting that you've said that one, because I am tempted for the Saka cap, but I don't know if it's for the right reasons. I kind of just feel like I don't want to captain Szoboszlai because everyone's gonna. I feel like he's the obvious captain. I feel like he's the obvious captain because you haven't got any risk of him not playing.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he's going to get the minutes.
Yeah.
But the two games are not like, they don't feel like high upside games. But then I think Szoboszlai scored in that game we just spoke about with Haaland, didn't he? He banged a free kick against City. Could be on pens if Salah is still missing.
It could be 2 4-pointers, couldn't it? But it's not too bad.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's just get through this game week. You can't expect a massive score this week with not many fixtures.
Yeah, just pick your battles and go different another week.
Yeah.
I put Gyökeres in there because, quite honestly, I couldn't think of who a third candidate would even be. It would be another Liverpool probably, or another Arsenal, but I like the Saka cap this week just because I think there's a lack of options on the right wing. But yeah, it could easily be. I feel like it might be Saka for 60, then Dalman for the rest, or it might be Saka for 60, Martinelli on the right wing for the rest. But Martinelli might start left wing and then switch with Trossard and see the rest of the game out on the right. I'm not entirely sure. But I think he will get minutes. But is that enough to beat Szoboszlai? What are you fancying, Tony?
Captain, I think safe is Slob. I think he'd probably be the most popular. I don't know whether I might just stick the captaincy on Palmer and then vice captain Slob, in the hope that Palmer gets 45 minutes. Or Doku. Don't mind Doku. Again, they're very like... The safe pick is Szoboszlai. Do you know what I mean? And the advice I would give is...
Yeah, I would tell anyone it's probably Szoboszlai.
So I'm not going to say anything crazy, but these ideas I'm coming out with is me just trying to do something different and gain rank.
It's the point of the season, isn't it? Like this point of the season where you're either trying to consolidate or you're trying to push on, and that could be regardless of where you are. You could be top 10, and you want to go different to try and win it, or you could be well behind.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. Do
you think there'll be one or two?
I just think you got to do something a little bit different to win the whole thing, haven't you? You've got to have had you got to have pretty much a solid team throughout, but you have to have also had the moments like a Gibbs White on the right week, and then Gordo, that captaincy that week, that were a massive swing. Neto.
Robert shouting out Neto. I kept meaning to come on to Neto when we were talking Chelsea, because he's done quite well in the cup competitions, hasn't he?
Yeah. Again, they've got to go strong. So I think Neto gets minutes, definitely. I definitely won't be against that. Yeah,
I like it as a transfer. I don't know if I would captain him. I'd feel more comfortable about Neto Neto getting the minutes than the Pedro or the Palmers or the Enzos probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just going to go ballsy this week. As much as I just love to play it boring and put it on slob and take the minutes, pretty much guarantee minutes. And
Don't fancy Bowen?
No, because I think it wouldn't surprise me if he's rested. Honestly, I don't mind having him there. I'm not going to make I don't think I'm going to make a move and move him on, but it wouldn't surprise me. They can, if they want to stay in this league, he has to stay fit. And as much as a cup quarter final, I'm talking myself into selling him there. As much as the cup quarter final is nice, and I would play him as a manager, but I think he might be rested.
Let us know in the chat if you've got any alternate captains. This will be one of them weeks where Haaland just goes off, won't it?
Yeah.
Any we didn't do a slide for differential of the week, but is there anyone we want to throw in who we haven't spoken about yet? I think Neto would be a really good one that's just brought up. Ben, you had one ready. You have talked about him a little bit.
Yeah, I've already mentioned him when you asked me what players I was looking at bringing in. Gabriel Martinelli, 1.2% owned in the top 1K. He's on 181 points. He's actually got 22 shots on target, and Raul Jimenez has got 23 shots on target. So he's getting the shots on target.
Don't take that, Tony. He's cussing.
Big chances created.
Jimenez.
Oh, my guy Raw. He did all right for me. 8 points this week.
He's an Audi Raul.
Esteval. Gary. Yes.
Took a
boy Esteval.
Did he have a nice free kick in that Chelsea game? He come on off the bench, didn't he? And I was like, where's this guy been?
It was a corner kick. I think he hit bar with. Yeah, he's immense. He is a great player. It's just
Brazilian Steve.
Brazilian Steve. He's back, but yeah, I don't like the fixtures going forward, and I think that's why I do it with Palmer early doors, because I didn't want to you don't want to be getting to this point and bringing Chelsea players in, especially not with the way. I mean, they've tried praying to the ball and all sorts, and it's just not working, is it?
Respect the ball.
Respect the ball, lads.
I'll quickly blast through any of the last questions, and then we'll do mini leagues if there's anything we've missed out or not covered. I think we've done most of it. I think a lot about Arsenal injuries. Can't talk anymore. Arsenal.
You know, my daughter supports Arsenal.
What's gone on here?
I've had no idea.
Arsenal takeover.
Well, it's just need kicking out, don't they?
They just love the pain. That's what it is. No, I think we've covered here most of the questions in the Discord. So I guess it's time for the mini leagues. But I'm just not feeling the buzz, knowing that there's no one I can boot out this week.
This is it. Do you know, I am tempted to kick up a new one. The Golden Boot.
That's a good name for it.
Who's
getting the Golden Boot?
Who's getting the Golden Boot this week? Yeah. Yeah, I think I might kick one up now to end the season. It's just not the same, is it?
Nah, I don't want to read these names out. Should we just skip the leagues?
Yeah, skip the leagues.
Yeah, we better read them out. It's an absolute Fergie takeover here in the Cash League.
What's going on here?
Him and Rachel.
We've got R. Ferguson in third. We've got A. Ferguson, Mr. Andrew Ferguson in second. And the Wanderers, H. Jones, still in first place. Is there a third Ferguson who's going to make a late title charge?
A Thirdison.
It's time to wrap up, isn't it? Members only league. Go on. Who's having it?
In third, C Storm. Second, Dan Sherwood. Top of the shop, G Walker.
I think we read top 4, don't we, in this one?
Nope,
Normally?
definitely not.
Oh, okay.
In fact, you should be banned from putting your thing up there with your highlighted name.
I don't know how to get rid of it. Go on, Ben. Top
The
6.
second chance league. Jay Bennett in third, D Mills in second, and G Walker top of this one as well. Well done.
Smashing it. He's in the chat as well. Do we believe so? He's up the top now. We have to take this Esteval shout with a pinch of salt. It could be mind games.
That's it. Oh,
and then the tag team league.
Can't see past my camera. Oh, it's God, that's tight, isn't it?
Go on, you can have it.
Hey, do you know you and Conker in there? 30 points behind.
Top 4.
Have you got them on your shoulders?
I reckon we're 2 Saka captaincies away there from top 3.
Yeah, top 3, M. Burns and B. James. Second, J. Jones and C. Deegan. And top of the shop, G. Dully and S. Williams.
Robert says the Fergusons can adopt him if they teach him how to play Dream Team. We've found the third Ferguson there.
They are. Robert Ferguson.
We've already got.
He might be our Ferguson.
No, we've already got an R. Sorry, Robert, you don't qualify.
Yeah.
We need one that's not an R or an A.
We need an F, RAF.
Right. Anything else? Anything else to have a chat about? That day.
Who's watching England tomorrow? Oh, what are we doing? What are we doing tomorrow?
I'll tell you who's watching England tomorrow.
Go on.
All of the Arsenal squad from the comfort of their own homes.
Apart from Ben White getting booed.
Nonsense. I love that. Booing him and he goes and scores.
Yeah,
and then there's still a few just go, nah, I'm going to see it through and boo him still.
That's quality. It's quality.
Yeah, we've got a voice chat tomorrow. So we normally do it over the international break. We've got a live Q&A session. So obviously we've got our community in the chat here, but people get to turn their cameras on, turn their microphones on, and we'll have a chit chat while the England game's on. We can all boo Ben White together if you really must.
Yeah. Stipulations: make sure you're fully clothed and on your best behaviour.
Ben,
And turn your background, turn your telly off in the volume off in the background.
Oh, come on! Can we sound effect someone? What we got?
See, you just desperate to kick someone out. Right, I'll drop the details of the new league tomorrow into the Patreon, and we'll get that out there. Start kicking some people out.
Yeah, I need my fix. Right. Cheers, everyone. Like and subscribe, and we'll be back on Saturday with a deadline stream. I can't remember what time the deadline is. It's 11 something.
11:15.
11:15 with the FA Cup. So like, subscribe, notification bell so you don't miss it. And if you want to, there's still, oh no, there isn't time for these people to join the Q&A because this won't be out till afterwards. Damn it. Well, if you'd like to join the Discord anyway and have a chat beforehand, hit that join button on YouTube and go to patreon.com/Dream Team Tonic. Cheerio.
Have a good evening. Thank you very much.